Good morning. Welcome to Donald Miller's Electrical Services. So it's time that we actually do a video here. There's a little bit of a backstory. All right. So this homeowner hired a handyman based on a neighbor. So the neighbor bought a home and had this guy do everything. Okay, and this was the sales pitch of the neighbor, that he did the roof, he did the carpentry, he did the plumbing, he did the electric, he did everything. Okay, and I guess to this homeowner that was a good thing, and in the trades that sends up red flags everywhere, because in order to really be good at all those trades, at 50 years old you would still be in the apprenticeship of one of them, because that's how long each one takes to learn. But that was a selling pitch that was sold to this homeowner. So this homeowner hires him. Now, the sales pitch was done within about 6 months of the work being completed next door. Okay, so we don't really know how good the work is yet because it's only 6 months old. You can make anything look good for 6 months. Most homeowners don't know that. They see that it looks good and they think they got a good job, and that's not the case a lot of times. So this homeowner hires them. And this house was built in the early 1900s, so we have knob and tube in it. Homeowner doesn't really know what's going on. Homeowner hires him, he comes over, he starts telling him he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. So I'm gonna show you some of the electrical work that we have to troubleshoot. We haven't even really troubleshooted this yet, so this is kind of fresh. Right now we have a garage light that won't turn off, okay? And we also have some other switches right here that we don't know how it's working. So this is what I just found when I opened it up. All right, so here's a dimmer. Now you can kind of tell that this is our feed. Okay, our feed loops to here and our feed goes to here. All right. Now this is supposedly a diagram of the middle switch, because we have a switch up here and we have work down here. Now, being the fact it's a knob and tube house, I don't see any knob and tube in there. And what makes this even worse is I see a feed that's the switch leg being white. Okay, so now we have a white conductor that's now hot, but the black conductor is nutted off. So he's tapping back into the knob and tube somewhere. But then over here, I have this dimmer, okay? And we still don't know what this dimmer is doing, but what makes it even worse is the neutral to the dimmer is just sitting here in the box. So again, he's tapping into the knob and tube somewhere. The middle one doesn't even have anything on it, and there's a nut in here. Don't have any idea what's going on again. By the way, all these nuts can be bought at Home Depot. Okay, so we don't really know if this guy is any good at what he does. So let's kind of keep breaking this work down a little bit. So we have another neutral in this corner. Again, we don't know what it's doing. He did wrap the screw. He did wrap the screw here. So there is some saddling. So it looks like he knew something. But those neutrals scare me because they're not installed correctly. You know, you don't just leave neutrals in a box that way. So this is the front of it. So let's go around to the back. And now we're in a closet. So what is this? And it's loose. Like, I mean, like I'm, and then let's see if I can make this jiggle. So it's going into there. What is it doing? I don't have a clue, because there's nothing on this side. There's nothing on this wall. So we don't know what that's doing yet. So here we go again. Then we have this, like, I don't know, an LB coming out of the, all right. So, but here we go again. Here's another wire coming out of, let's see if we can make that one wiggle. That looks like it's coming out of this box. All right, so let's see what it's doing. So it's going up, and there we are right here. he has it tucked behind here. It goes over. He's strapping it up, and then he goes into the ceiling. Now, what I don't understand is if that pipe work over there is going up to this light fixture, okay, which it is, why is he doing this? And it goes back down. So there's number one. Number two, you can tell he's playing with knob and tube because he nutted off the knob and tube over here. The problem is you don't have any idea what this guy's doing. And we have a plate back here that it looks like an old switch plate, but we have no idea again what it's doing. So this is the mess we're left with because someone came in here and started playing around, and now switches don't work. A switch out in the garage doesn't turn off. And this was all done based on a guy selling himself as a handyman that can do electrical work. And by the way, for an update on the neighbor that had the whole house redone, because of that sale, the handyman got a bathroom in this house. The bathroom leaked onto the floor. Okay, not only did the bathroom leak, it wasn't done correctly. There's multiple issues with this tile work, and there's multiple issues with this plumbing work. But to make matters even worse, is the house that originally sold him this work here, things are failing over there as well. They're having nightmares over there because the guy shouldn't be doing roofs if he's not a roofer. The guy shouldn't be doing carpentry work if he's not a carpenter. I later found out that this guy works at UPS and he's a contractor on the side. So his skill level doesn't even afford him a level of living where he doesn't have to get another job. He still needs to provide income from another source because he's not skilled within his trade to provide an income for himself. These are the warning signs that handymen don't tell you. All right, don't hire handymen. They're dangerous. Now, we're left in a situation in this house that we have to figure out what he did because he didn't use any electrical codes. He didn't use any mannerisms of a mechanic. We can kind of break each other's work down and figure out how to correct it. But he doesn't know any electrical code, so we don't know what we have to break down yet. This could literally take a long time. This is why you don't want to go down this road. It sounds good up front that he's going to be cheaper than a tradesman, he's going to be cheaper than this guy and cheaper than that guy, but it's a nightmare in the long haul. If you've ever been burned by a handyman, you understand this, and you probably don't hire him anymore. But for people that are tempted by that low number, be very careful. That low number will bite you back. All right? Thank you for watching. This is just another handyman's work that I have to repair. Have a good one. Bye-bye.